So, I got a HOTAS, a hands-on throttle and stick, primarily for Elite Dangerous, and that's why this whole thing is going to be about Elite Dangerous. So, I got a Thrustmaster T16000M FCS, fancy names. It has like 40 something buttons on it. It's ridiculous. So many buttons, but I mean that's good for Elite Dangerous especially, because there's so many things you need to do in Elite Dangerous, you know, like your landing gear, your ship lights. I'm not going to bore you with all of that, but I've absolutely been loving it, mainly for, and I'm going to use that dirty word, the immersion. Just something about playing with a HOTAS that just disconnects my mind. Like, I understand that I'm looking at a computer screen playing a video game. I understand that consciously. But something in my subconscious just says, no, you're piloting a giant-ass spaceship throughout the galaxy. And that's gotta be the best thing ever. And I have this written in my notes, but now that I think about it, it sounds very silly. I think half of it might have to do with the targeting reticle. You know, the little mouse widget thing you get that shows you where your mouse is pointing, so you know where you're aiming at while you're flying. I have that turned off now, because I have a HOTAS. I don't need to see where it's pointing. I have a physical connection. I can physically see where I'm pointing. And I think not focusing on that mouse widget reticle thing, just, it helps. I feel like it helps, honestly. I think it also helps that when you look down at your hands in the, like your virtual hands in the games, they're one-to-one. Like if I pull back the throttle or the joystick just a little bit, then it moves back just a little bit. If I twist it to do the rudders, it twists it just the same amount. It's perfectly one-to-one. If I had VR, I would not be able to tell a difference. Like, those would be my hands, basically. So you'd think driving an SRV using throttle and stick, which is meant for your spaceships or airplanes and stuff like that, would be a little, not unnatural, but just difficult. But it's actually surprisingly not. Because the way Elite does things is you also have a throttle and stick in your SRVs. And it's also one-to-one, obviously. Why wouldn't it be? And with the drive assist turned on, which was annoying when playing with keyboard and mouse or with an Xbox controller, it's really helpful with, not helpful, but just makes sense with a throttle and stick. Because what it does is it holds the throttle wherever it was, so like stopping really fast with a keyboard or mouse was really just weird. But that's just how a throttle works, is you put it in a spot and it just holds it, you let go and it's gonna stay there. Makes sense, right? So I've been really enjoying my time with this HOTAS because, like I said, the immersion, but it just makes everything feel more calm? Is that how I'd say that? Calm? Kind of like, I just want to, kind of makes me just want to sit back and take things slowly, which is probably why I'm going to get doing into more exploration stuff, and I have an idea for a video series most likely with that. We'll see how it goes. But I've done a lot of exploration with it. I got interdicted at one point, and that was really unnerving because I was in, as you can see, an exploration outfitted Anaconda versus an FDL. He has maneuverability way over me, and just with the knowledge I have, I guess, and having gotten used to the throttle and the stick at that point, I was able to get out of it fine. That's another thing. It really brought me back to the beginning. The first time I ever brought that in, after mapping everything, and I'm like, okay, let's undock from the station and let's just go. It, Oh. If you've played the game and you remember what it was first like when you first started flying in that Sidewinder, you're flipping around, it wasn't that bad, but it brought me back to those days, and I really liked that because I had to learn a whole new thing. I just had 1,700 hours worth of knowledge to go with it. So there is a difference in flying big ships versus small ships. I'll start with the small ships. Small ships are fun because they're maneuverable. So it's like flying fighter jets versus passenger airplanes, right? If doing canyon runs in a small ship, I brought my Viper Mark III, which I have a very dear connection to because I took that thing my second day out to Maya and then to the Hutton Orbital. That was fun. Going out 400 light years to Maya with a 10 light year jump range wasn't the smartest decision I've ever made in Elite, but you know, wasn't the stupidest either, I'd say. Canyon runs and that is fun. It's a very fast ship. I'll put it at that. And it's just, again, with the immersion and just the connection you have to your ship when you're using a HOTAS, it just, it's just perfect. Just be careful. Unlike how I was, because I died. But by far, my favorite ships to fly are the big ships where the cockpit is in the back, like the Anaconda or the Corvette. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now that are at the back of the ship. Most things are at the front, but I don't know how to explain it, how to describe it. But just being at the back and seeing your big ship and just, it's perfect. It is beautiful. Fighters are fun though. Fighters are very fun. They're probably my second favorite thing to fly just because of how fast and maneuverable they are. But big ships, perfect. So I don't know really what I was trying to get at with this, besides the fact of saying I absolutely love having a HOTAS now, and I don't know why it took me nearly 2 years to get to one. Probably because they're expensive. This one was $200 altogether after shipping and taxes. That was fun. But I really enjoy it. It's really fun. The connection, I shouldn't say immersion, I should say the connection you have is beautiful. I stopped playing Elite. The last time I played Elite, not including the week I've had this HOTAS, the last time I played that was end of January, beginning February I think it was, when there was the open beta for 3.0. And I didn't touch it again after that till now, because I just wasn't interested. And this has brought back my interest in it, so yeah, let's head to Beagle Point. I probably will at some point, and maybe that's where I'm going to make the video series off of. Trust me, I'll find a way to make exploration interesting. I don't know where I was going with this video, and I don't know how to end it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you whenever the next one is, really. I don't plan these things out. Would I look like a decent YouTuber? Pfft, get out of here. See ya.